guys, welcome to Honey and Soul. We are going to dive into a topic that's based on a kind of cliche saying, don't just survive, but thrive. Or thrive rather than survive.
Right.
Or, I don't know, there's so many variations.
Or survive to thrive?
No, not good.
Okay.
Maybe, but I mean, I don't know, right? But we know that this like...
Thrive to survive.
That's a good one.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the two, the differences, and how do you actually thrive in your life. And I want to start with, when you hear that, like what comes up? Like what do you think of initially?
Well, when I think about surviving, I don't like it. It doesn't feel in my body. It doesn't feel like natural. It just feels like forced. Mm-hmm. Like you're surviving, like you're in survival mode, whatever that is. Like I need to have, just enough food, just roof over my head. That's what it feels like to me. I'm not being true to myself. I'm just kind of,
I'm just doing what to do to get done and through, just getting
so
it
I'm not thinking for myself, I guess that would be. So I'm kind of just I'm almost robotic. It almost feels like
survival.
Yeah, you're just surviving to, get through life. There's no really depth to it.
Yeah, there's not like a lot of consciousness with it or like self-empowerment. It's just like, just survive, just get through it, just get through it. And I think what happens too is when we operate in that place, we end up losing so much time in our life that could have been really quality. And the difference between surviving and thriving is like flourishing in all the domains and having quality this, quality that, genuine experiences and such, where surviving is just like, okay, what's next? What I got to do to get through.
Absolutely. Yeah. So thriving would be like, taking care of yourself and, doing things for yourself and for others, just things that make you feel good in order to move forward rather than staying stuck.
Totally.
And I feel like survival would almost be like you're stuck. You're waking up, you're just doing enough to get by.
Well, and oftentimes we don't even realize we're stuck. We just feel frustrated or feel like victimized or things aren't working for us. I think the first red flag of if you're in survival versus thriving is that you're in autopilot. You're just doing things to get done. You're not being very intentional about why you do what you do, or asking those, like you said, thinking for yourself, asking questions about why you feel how you feel, or why you believe what you believe, or who you surround yourself with. You just do it because you always did it.
Right. So what exactly does thriving mean to you, Mel?
Thriving means, as I said, it's vitality. When I hear thrive, I think of vitality.
Okay.
Vitality is energy, fluent, health, growth. And the reality is that it takes like light for that stuff to happen. So what am I doing? What kind of light am I putting in my life? Do I laugh daily? Do I nourish myself with food and self-care, hygiene, and people that bring light into me? Do I negotiate the shadows inside my heart so I can expose them to the light so I can keep flourishing and going or growing, right?
Yeah.
So when I think of thriving, it's not just this, like here I am doing well. It's really that I'm expanding and flourishing. I'm in the light. I'm thriving.
Oh, I love that. Expanding.
Yeah.
You're expanding to be your true authentic self.
But the reality is that you can't grow or expand without a little discomfort.
Right.
And when we talk about the red flag of being an autopilot, part of the reason why a lot of people don't push into those boundaries to expand themselves is because it's uncomfortable to explore the deeper patternings of yourself or the potential of what you want in your life. And if you're satisfied and you feel like what you have, you are thriving, then that's amazing. That means you're thriving.
Right.
But if you're going, oh, I hate this, or oh, I'm so frustrated, or when is it going to end? And that's a red flag.
Right.
That you're just surviving.
Right. Or, just thinking, is this all it is? Is this all I have? Is this it for me? Is this my life? Is this what my life is going to look like? Raising kids, doing this, instead of going, wait, what else can I do? Whether that looks like volunteering or, getting outside of yourself and not being so self, induced, self-involved, self-centered, selfish, whatever it looks like. Instead of doing that, you're thriving by getting out there in the world and giving back. I mean, I look at thriving as something as giving back. You're giving back, you're giving yourself to people and to others.
Well, and even if it is your kids, like that's still such a big deal. I think that we can optimize our life by simply like, if you want the fluffy blanket, go get the fluffy blanket.
Right.
If you like the things you really enjoy and connect with, like if you reflect in your life, like, oh man, when I was knitting, I love that so much. So go back and start knitting.
Right.
Like really optimizing, because then that allows you, because if you show up in the world to serve and give, but you're not coming from a place of thriving or place of have, it's going to be hard to continue to give. And it might even be like to set boundaries. So if you have kids, you're like, give yourself permission to smell their head. I don't know what that's about. It's a thing, right?
It is a thing.
You just love, like, I don't even know.
I think it's when they're more babies, though.
I just want to smell her head.
It's so weird. No, I have teenage boys. I don't want to smell their heads.
No. I'm enjoying this time, but like, as they're little, just, or maybe it is like taking time just to sit, hey, like, after dinner, let's spend some time together.
Right. Play cards. That's our thing. Like, let's play some cards.
And like optimizing really comes down to like, look at what you have as you, like, what are you doing? The autopilot, what does your life look like? And then what are how can you make it yummier? Yeah,
exactly. How can you make it yummier? Yes. I love it. That's the best way to explain it. I think that, how can I make my life yummier, more delicious, more, have more fun?
Yes. And then that opens your eyes to see where you want to fit in the puzzle piece of the collective, right? Where do I want to volunteer and serve, and why? And you do it because you're like, yeah, like if I got to spend Tuesday just snuggling with puppies and giving them love, like that's perfect, Or maybe it's that you really want to just continue to work on things in your home, but it's about clarity. Like to thrive, when you thrive, you're clear.
You are. Absolutely. Yeah. And when you're surviving, it's like you're confused. You're just like going, okay, yeah, like, can you do that dance?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Can you do it?
I don't know, the robot dance.
The robot dance. Like, I'm just really.
My daughter does this, and she's like, I am a robot. Like she's
can like do it all.
Yeah, she's all about the robot stuff.
That's awesome.
I know, she's kind of an alien though.
Oh, don't tell me you believe in aliens.
I mean, can we really know though?
You know what? Nothing at this point surprises me. Nothing surprises me. So maybe there is, Yeah. So maybe your daughter is.
Maybe I am.
Maybe I am.
But I mean, that's the thing, is like allowing like laughter to live and to be in places with people who make you laugh. And one thing too is like, if you're surrounded by a bunch of people who don't make you laugh and smile, like if it's a work situation where you can't shift it, well, how can you bring more laughter?
Absolutely.
Like going back to self-responsibility. Or like, how can you put things in your day that bring lighthearted and breath and exhales and yummy? Like, how do you make it yummier for you?
Okay, so I have a question here. What would one do that is living with someone who is just surviving and they're not in that mindset? And somebody out here saw our episode and they're like, wait, I want to thrive. Like, I want things to be different.
But I feel like they're an anchor. Like, how can I?
Exactly. Mm-hmm. What would be some advice you would give?
Oh, that's such a good question. First of all, it's hard. It's not easy because you want your partner or the people who are in your home to be vibrating and living life in the way that that is uplifting, right? But if you're in an experience where that's not happening, the two things I want to say is, one, it's the same principle as the power of a praying wife. Mm-hmm. Keep praying about it. Keep asking. Don't ask them to change directly,
right? Or
don't tell them that they should be here in their healing and growth path because I will tell you that's not fair, and that's you projecting on them. That's not fair. No. Let them grow at their own pace, and you exude the conduct. And if they think you're weird, if they think you're whatever, you just laugh, and it's like, I am me, and you stand in your power of you, and you work on you. But the moment you try to control the others around you, you're no longer operating in your power.
And also, you know, I think about it, you're leading by example, you know, and if you're acting, you know, if you're starting to thrive and your partner is seeing this in you, it's almost like you're almost like attracted. It's like that attraction, it's that energy. You know, so, you know, your partner may be looking at you like, oh my gosh, she feels so good. Like, I want to feel good. Like, who doesn't want to feel good, right?
Totally. And absolutely that can happen where it's like, okay, I want to know more about this, or I see these changes in you. I'm intrigued. But also it can cause your partner to retract because they're intimidated. You're not the same as you used to be. And that, when that happens, I mean, it just threatens the integrity of the relationship, because now someone's different, it's not the same, and change. But the beautiful thing is that if you continue to stay in compassion and patience, they're going to grow at their rate, and keep being compassionate and patient, because it's not that they're trying to control you, it's that they want to grow with you and they don't know how.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's a whole nother topic, is just talking about the control. I mean, control with, you know, people.
Yeah, people don't realize. I mean, I do it all I will do it, even just like trying to people please, like my desire to people please. I'll do things to try to control, to keep things comfortable, or to people please. And where in the past, I would have never realized, like, that's just me controlling. I would think that I'm just trying to help people feel comfortable. No, I'm trying to control the outcome.
And you know what that is? What? Codependency.
I know.
That's another topic.
Recovering codependency, for sure. Yeah.
It just is. Well, this was a great topic, and you know, guys, just thrive. I mean, we all have the capacity to thrive. We don't have to just survive. And you know, we are just here to share with you guys conversations about what we know, like how we've moved from, you know, space to space throughout our lives. And that's what we're doing this for, is to share ourselves and our lives with you. And
we're human, and everyone's human. Like,
we are totally human. Like, oh shoot, I'm human. Okay, maybe I'm a little alien, but I'm mostly human.
I love it. Yes, I felt that.
What do you think? Soul work. What's soul work this week?
So the soul work that we want to give you guys: journal and list what you're doing. What does your day-to-day look like? Just write it out. Okay, so generally wake up around this time, take kids to school, or I go get coffee, and make your list, and explore and journal how you can make it yummier. And let me just say, it might be that you might just take moments to pause. It might be that you give yourself permission to listen to whatever music you want to listen to. It might be that you want to do a down dog between that time and that time. Again, like, it could be like just little things that you want. You know what, you love to have, you know, maybe it's, I'm such a like yummy, like, give me the fluffy pillows, give me the cozy. So I like my environments to look that way. And when I gave myself permission to bring those things into spaces that I go, it's really made a difference. So really taking that self-responsibility. So get clear, because if you write it out, you'll get clear, you'll be able to see it, and then explore how you can transform it. And even in your home, sometimes it's as simple as just moving furniture around or throwing stuff away that doesn't serve you anymore. Just let it go. And that practice begins to move into your day-to-day, where you can really operate from a place of self-sovereignty and intention that leads to thriving.
So keep thriving. We're going to keep thriving, and we hope you guys. Cheers.
Cheers. Have a good week. Make sure you subscribe, connect with us, and we just appreciate y'all for sitting here with us and joining in.